I got my joy back. I got my joy back. And the Charlotte Hornets make a move. I didn't even do an intro. It doesn't matter. I don't even have the setup. I didn't feel like setting it up. I have my joy back. The Hornets made a move. They traded Mark Williams for Dalton Knecht, Cam Reddish, a 2030 first round pick, or 2030 first round pick swap, and a 2031 first round pick unprotected to the Lakers for Mark Williams. And yes, I am kind of sad to see Mark Williams go. I liked Mark Williams. I thought that he was going to be a good player for us. But I said earlier this year on this channel, I've said it on the Buzzbeat podcast, I've said it on Twitter, I've said it everywhere, that the emergence of Diabate allows you to reevaluate your center room. Now, we definitely need another center. Like right now, Diabate's the only one. He's on a two-way, and then I think he's close to his game limit. So something has going to have to be done for the immediate future. But the reason I said that was because Nick Richards, we all knew. Nick Richards, I believe, is one of the best backups in the league. No doubt about it. Even now with the Suns. I think he starts. He starts now, of course. But my point is, he's one of the best backups in the league. That's not to say to slide him in any bit. But we knew he was not here to stay. Mark Williams. Me, and I know Buzzboys for sure, we've been joking that Mark Williams is still a rookie. Up until recently, he technically was still a rookie. Because 3 years in, he's only played 82 games. And now I think he's like 85, 86, something like that. And that's just not, that's not going to cut it. You had to pay Mark Williams next year. You had to. So what you were going to do, this is what was going to happen. You were going to, and we'll talk about the trade in a second, but you were going to have to let Mark Williams play with nobodies for the rest of the year, because I highly doubt LaMelo's going to play that much. We know Brandon. We know all the guys are out. There's no need to go on about it. You were going to have him play with those guys, and you're evaluating him this whole time. You're going to have him play with those guys, and then there's no telling what would happen next year, and then you have to pay him. It just didn't make any sense. You're paying him $20 million, 5 years, $100 million, or some crazy number. That's what you were going to have to do, and he just hasn't shown it. He just has not shown it. I like Mark Williams. I would have loved if we were healthy this year. I would have changed my tune. It would have been, okay, let's see what he looks like. We're healthy. We're actively trying to get into play. And there's situations that allow this to play out in a different way, but it's just not in that way. I did not feel comfortable paying Mark Williams, really anybody, like you all know on this channel. I didn't feel comfortable playing Miles Bridges because I was like, what are we doing? And look, like even now I'm still confused because what are we doing? We're just trading Mark Williams, so we're probably going to be bad again next year. So now that Miles Bridges contract is like, all right, what's going on here? So it just made the most sense that if since Diabate has emerged as this guy that just gets boards. He's a switchable defender. So he doesn't do too much. Yes, you want some more from him offensively, but right now he just hustles, gets boards. And that's what we need. There was times where he's out rebounding Mark, he's out rebounding Nick, he was a guy that was aggressive and had the attitude that I think we all wanted Mark to have. So I love Mark Williams as a player. I have a Mark Williams jersey. I think last time I was on a Buzzbeat, I wore my Mark Williams jersey. I'm pretty sure it was my Mark Williams jersey. So I love Mark Williams. I think he was a very talented. I think he is a very talented player, and I think that going to the Lakers is a perfect fit for him. Thinking about how to construct a team going forward, it just did not make any sense to bring him along because you were not. Why pay Mark Williams that much money when? Do we really know what's going on with LaMelo? We don't know. How's Brandon going to be when he comes back? Like, you would have to make that decision on paying Mark before you even really knew what your team would look like, because you would still, I think that would probably have been the last year of Miles Bridges' deal. So let's say he doesn't get traded. At that point, let's say you would have brought back Trey Mann. You have Grant Williams on the books for like $14 million. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that plays in a part, and you're paying these players, but you don't even know what the team looks like. You're just paying them to hope one day we'll get it right. No, you had to sever ties somewhere, and Mark Williams honestly was the easiest one outside of guys who are already expiring, who you can just simply let fall off the books. So I think that's why they did it. We'll know more as time goes on. I don't think it's an ending. I think Mark Williams struggled defensively, and that's something that this team, he made a difference, I think, just about pure size. But we saw, like even tonight against Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was lighting him up. And Mark has been in these situations before with the stretch five, and he just does not know what to do. And I think some people are already saying like, oh, watch him go to the Lakers and be good. That tends to happen when you go to better teams. I don't think no one's saying Mark Williams is trash. It's just more so there's just no point of just trying to pay for him and you don't know where the team's going to be. It just did not make any sense. As far as what we got back, Dalton Knecht. I wanted Dalton Knecht during the draft. I thought 6 maybe was a little too high for him. Just for the simple fact that I did want someone that he's very offensive minded, and I was like, oh, we have enough of that. And that kind of really was it. We just had enough of that between LaMelo, Brandon, and Miles. I just felt as though, bringing in a rookie that's offensive minded, what was that going to do for us? And I didn't think it was going to do much. But that's not to say I didn't like his game. Y'all all know I really loved Dalton Knecht's game. I thought he was the dude at Tennessee. And I think he's going to bring that mentality here. We saw him, that he had like 30, 40-point games, maybe it was 30, with the Lakers in a short amount of time. So he is that guy, and obviously it translates to the NBA. He has a little bit of size to him. I think you worry about him a little defensively, but I think it's going to be okay in the long run. We definitely need someone to be that guy that can create, because we know in this offense that Brandon Miller is not creating as much anymore. Miles Bridges has never been quite the creator. So that's a good pickup, especially when we don't know what's going on with Trey Mann. That makes you think, is Dalton Knecht going to replace Trey Mann? Not necessarily skill for skill, but as far as Dalton Knecht's on a pretty good deal as a rookie. So then you don't have to take that money and pay Trey Mann. You can use that money elsewhere. What would that look like? I don't know, but then you get Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is more of a flyer, but I do like his size, and Cam Reddish has been played off the court at times in the playoffs. But I think one thing that people need to understand is we are not there yet. Yes, we want to be in the playoffs. We need to be in the playoffs, but we are not there yet. And Cam Reddish is getting played off against the court. I'm specifically thinking about the Lakers series against the Nuggets, but that's the Nuggets. They have Jokic. They're already won a championship. Like, that's a well-seasoned team. We are not that. We are not even competing against those teams. We are competing against the bottom part of the East, and we're just trying to get in there, make a little noise, get our guys some experience, retool. Then that's when you get rid of the Cam Reddishes and those kind of guys who may not have looked good when they played for the Lakers, but they will look good for the Hornets. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I am saying that it is just, something to look at. But overall, I think that this trade is huge for the Hornets. I think that it gives us a sense of direction, as in we're breaking it down and then building it back up, and the new front office is doing it with their guys. I've had people ask me questions about what does that mean for Brandon and LaMelo. I don't know yet, but this is your time to put up or shut up. This is your time to where if you want to build around LaMelo, here's your chance. Here's your shot. Because you've allowed some, your books to open in the future. You don't have to pay. You possibly don't have to pay Trey Mann now. There are just a lot. There's some small things. You can get rid of Cody. You can let that fall off the books maybe next year. It just depends. There's a lot that it depends on, but it does allow you to look at LaMelo and say, okay, are we going to build around you? This is your shot, because you're opening up. Obviously, the center position, which I've always wanted LaMelo to be paired with a veteran center. The same way we saw Wemby paired with Chris Paul. The same way we saw now Wemby's paired with Fox. Like, I always wanted LaMelo to be paired with a veteran center. I just thought it would complement each other well. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but it opens that. But then you can also say, look, they've already wasted a lot of your time. We don't want to waste your time anymore. He could go to. And that's not to say LaMelo's bad. That's not any of that. It's just more so I've been tired of sitting here and just saying, oh, we'll wait till we're healthy, or wait till it. Wait. And it's like you're wasting everyone's time. LaMelo can't go out there and play basketball and get a bruise without. Then we have to sit him out a week, because you don't want to get even more hurt. But then also the team's not even good enough to where, okay, he's supposed to be out a week. Let's sit him out 2, just because. Like, it's just that's what was happening. So this is where we'll know for sure what's going on, because right now he doesn't have a center, and you can't expect anybody to be good without a center. So we'll see what that decision is like. I wouldn't look at the next, depending on what it is, but I wouldn't look at the next center move as that's the move of the future. No, we just need a center so we can play later this week. But it's a crazy trade. I'm at a loss for words. I don't even have the setup, but I felt as though I had to talk about it. This could not wait till the morning. But what a trade! I mean, I'm excited just because Not really because I want to get rid of Mark. That I'm not part of that group. Like, I know there are some people who are, and that's fine. I saw the potential in Mark. I'm just more so. I think that this is just a step in the right direction. I didn't want to pay Mark. Now that I did not want to do, not pay that much, because you would have to pay him like market value because the counting stats and all that. But I did not want to pay him a center that just came off back and foot. It was scary. I did not want to pay that. And like I said, we're already paying LaMelo. Brandon, of course, is coming up, and that's not soon, but that's what you have to think about when you're thinking about giving Mark Williams an extension. And he's already missed so much time. Why not go into this draft? Maybe take some picks because we got some more first round picks. Take some picks and maybe move up in this draft and get the center from Duke. If we get Coop as well, like there's just a lot we can do. So I'm excited to see what happens. There is a lot to obviously still happen. I don't think that's a trade you make and then say, okay, we're done. No, there's going to be some other stuff, whether it be small or not, I don't know. But there's going to be some other stuff. But let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm definitely going to miss Mark. I don't think Mark is a bad player by any means. All this, for me, it just proves that they're thinking about the future. And we are closer to getting that definite, we're building around LaMelo. Let's gear up. Let's go. And, all right, the previous front office, they messed this up. And instead of trying to waste all of LaMelo's time, contract-wise, to kind of build it back up and rush and put the pieces together, we're just going to start all over. And even if this is a starting over point, this is a good start. Because to me, that's a haul for Mark. That's a haul for Mark, and I know he's going to do well with the Lakers, so it's going to be fun to watch him, especially play. He's probably going to play Saturday. I would imagine so. But either way, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are down in the comment section below, and I will talk to you later.